check out our new NEEVEKNIFECO mats. This is obviously a really big one. And check this out. We also got smaller ones. And then these plain gray ones, which are perfect for film, if you're going to film, because, you know, to get good coloring, you know, whenever you're looking at knives and things like that, the grays, in my opinion, always do the best. Right now, my lighting is the best, but this is obviously a big one too. These are gun mats. So these are actually designed to get dirty and be cleaned. They're water resistant, all that stuff. So if you wanted to sharpen on them, take apart your knives, clean them, whatever, you can do it. So if you guys want to check these out, they do have a rubber backing. It's very similar to a mouse pad, but you know, they are intended for gun cleaning, knife cleaning, and all that good stuff. They're supposed to be resilient. I'm going to be testing them out to see how bad they stain and everything, and how easily it is to rewash them. But if you are worried about that, we do have the darker ones. Like this one has the fingerprint. I also like how nice and flat it lays, you know, nice soft surface. You know, we'll see how it does with cuts and stuff, but so far, man, I'm loving them. If you guys want to check them out, they'll be on the NEEVEKNIFECO site. Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and sorry if my mic sounds a little crazy, because I don't have one on right now. But this is a new REMETTE knife that is a budget knife, and I'll tell you what, this thing has won me over. It reminds me of, I hate to say it, but a little bit better 940 design. It has the very similar blade shape, and but it has incredible geometry, nice and thin geometry, and it has multiple ways to close because it is a button liner lock. So you have lock bar access right there that you can easily utilize, very, very smooth, or you can just hit this very textured button to close it. Great thumb stud deployment, great ergonomics. But yeah, man, I've always loved the 940 design. Just some of the problems I've had was the geometry, the thickness, the choil, things like that. I have sharpened this up, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. 14C 28M blade steel with my Carter. There's a couple different versions, and I'm really hoping that we see them do many, many variations of this. Again, this one's their budget version, so hopefully we wind up seeing this in a little bit more of a premium option. So here's a closer look at it right next to the Benchmade 940. They're very similar in length. This is obviously just much broader, but and much slicier. I've always liked the 940 design. I just hated its geometry, you know. Kind of wish it was a hollow grind instead of swedge-like. But you can see just, you know, because it's broader, it's going to have the ability to get down to a much thinner edge. The plunge grind is good, but I do have some issues with it. Not with the plunge grind, but just with sharpening period. We'll talk about that here in 1 second. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, the blade though, love this geometry, love the shape. This is like a shape that I think is just super useful, both utilitarian and, you know, if you need to cut down on a flat surface, if you need to cut straps and ropes because of the straight back, all the leverage goes across the palm of your hand if you need to do that. Same thing with a push cut. I love this little arch right there. It lets you get right to that edge, and I don't really worry about hitting the button. You know, I can intentionally stay away from it. And I can also choke back. You got good jimping. They put the traction here and up there. Nice size thumb studs. I like this little chamfer right there. Beautiful clip. Been carrying it, deep carry clip that is reversible, inset with flat screws, all the good stuff. And yeah, man, the button, like I said, great traction. I like the access to the lock bar. You know, I probably would have put a little traction there too, but they left it open though. That's what I love, because it's like, it's so easy to get past the detent. It's so fidget friendly, perfect detent, you know, nice sound too. Like, it's not nothing like spectacular, but sounds like a very well built knife. It is on ceramic caged bearings, and you know, TA hardware all the way around, man. All the good stuff, even on the damn pocket clip, it's T8s. REMETTE, you're absolutely killing it. Now, there is a discount code for this. If you hit the link down below, just look at underneath the you know, whatever it says, how much it is. There's a little box you can click. I think you can get it for a little bit less. Don't quote me on that. You know, prices are always subject to change. Let's talk about this plunge grind. Plunge grind is actually good. It does pass. You can see it starts here and it ends there. Right now we're going to nitpicks and negatives. But one of the problems is that the thumb studs are not removable, right? So because they're not removable, when I go to clamp it in a fixed angled system, you can't do a super low edge angle without hitting the studs. Now, granted, that's a super low edge angle, which most people will never go to. But 17 degrees per side, I had no problem getting in a fixed angled system. However, I did... You might not be able to see it because this is micarta, but I did rub my scales. Didn't matter though because it's micarta, but I would just say if this ever comes in a titanium model or anything like that, I would prefer it to have removable studs. And, you know, just make it to where I can easily, you know, sharpen it on a fixed angled system. Freehand is obviously going to be just fine, but when you're talking about a fixed angled system, to be exact, but it's not a big deal. You know, you can manipulate, and it probably depends on what system you have. But really quick, the edge did not come very sharp. And that's why I'm going to show you a sharpening here in just a few seconds, because it did not come with a very sharp edge. That edge angle was a little high. I mean, it was a sharp edge, like it would cut paper and stuff like that, but to me, it was just too high of an edge angle. It looked like a 30-degree bevel or something. So I knocked it down to 17 degrees per side. So now it has a beautiful, beautiful edge. You can see the micro serrations looking good. I've been using it too. Lots of bite. 14C takes an incredible edge, regardless if it's toothy or mirror polished. So as I did suspect, in order for me not to hit the thumb stud, and then also the corner of this scale right here, because granted this plunge grind is good, it should be moved forward and these should be removable thumb studs. So it is making it where it is a little bit difficult for me to do a very low edge angle. I have to basically start my stone here at the corner right here with the beginning of the stone and work my way this way really quickly. And I did have to put it at a little bit of a higher angle than I wanted. It's still a nice angle, around 17 degrees, but I can't go down to 15 without hitting the stud. So, and if I did, and I did pass it, I'd have to make sure that my stone got past it before hitting it, which is very difficult because when you actually look at it, it is super close. So, it is what it is, but that is one thing I would ask them, and then you see I'm hitting the damn scale right here. You can see I am hitting the scale right there, just ever so slightly right there. So trying to get past that. Luckily it's micarta. Micarta doesn't damage too bad, so I can easily sand it out or, you know, clean it up. One of the biggest goals anytime you're sharpening in a fixed angle system is to never let the tip go past the center of the stone. You basically want to stop as soon as you want to basically take your stone, let it go stay flat. As it comes around this belly, let it continue to stay flat. It's going to lean, lean, lean. And then as soon as this edge crosses over the tip, you stop. Because otherwise you'll go past and then it'll go like this. And even if it does it ever so slightly, like right there, if I did that, that's going to roll my tip. So in order to not roll the tip, you stop as soon as you hit the tip. And that will allow you to make a nice acute tip. Make sure I'm not hitting. Yeah, this one I'm actually about to hit the damn thumb stump. I'm not hitting it, but damn it, it is close. I love this knife. Man, I wish it had removable thumb studs. Now, a lot of people aren't trying to do 15-degree edge bevels, and to be fair, depending on your sharpening system, you might be able to even get a 15 without worry. But at least this system right here, I haven't tried it on any other system. I should probably cover those studs up, but so I know I showed you guys a little bit of the sharpening. I didn't get really crazy with it, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the issues. Hopefully it was able to come over the camera. I'm not 100% after I filmed it. You know, I haven't really looked at the footage. But anyways, not a big deal. This knife, absolute banger. I freaking love it. I absolutely recommend it. The nitpicks and negatives are nothing compared to how awesome it is. And they are very, very minimal. Far more minimal than a lot of other knives that I even recommend. So, cool ass knife, and man, I'm hoping they do these in even more upgraded, you know, titanium, maybe S90V or whatever. I'd love to see that. And I'd love to see, like I said, just a couple little things change just a little bit. Maybe even like this stop pin knocked down just a little bit. I'm not sure if that's possible. Yeah, it looks like they had plenty of room. Yeah, they could have went, because then you could lower down this little notch right there and you wouldn't have to worry about hitting it with your stone. That's neither here nor there. Anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough.